Most people over 60 are doing everything right, eating enough protein, staying active, trying to take care of themselves, and yet they're still losing muscle, still feeling weaker, still noticing that simple things like climbing stairs or standing up from a chair take more effort than they used to. But here's what nobody is telling you clearly enough, and this is the part that changes everything. After 60, protein alone may not be enough. Your body also needs specific plant compounds found in certain fruits that help switch on the muscle-building response. Without them, the protein you eat may not be used as efficiently as it once was. And I want you to stay until number 1, because we're going to talk about something called satellite cells. These are dormant repair crews sitting on the surface of every single muscle fiber in your body right now. Most people have never heard of them. And what scientists recently discovered about one specific fruit and these cells will completely change how you think about eating for strength after 60. A 2022 review published in Nutrients found that older adults who combined quality protein with bioactive-rich fruits tended to show better muscle retention and functional strength compared to those relying on protein sources alone. These weren't just lab numbers. Researchers observed meaningful improvements in walking speed, balance, and the ability to move independently. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 fruits ranked from least to most powerful that can genuinely help adults over 60 preserve and rebuild muscle. Quick question before we start. How old are you? And do you feel stronger or weaker than you did 2 years ago? Leave it in the comments. I personally read every single one. And as you listen, pay attention to which of these fruits you already eat. You might be closer to protecting your muscle strength than you think. Number 5, banana. Bananas are so familiar that most people completely underestimate them. But for adults over 60, this everyday fruit plays a surprisingly important role in muscle health, and it starts with potassium. A single medium banana delivers around 422 milligrams of potassium, a mineral that regulates the electrical signals controlling every muscle contraction in your body. When potassium levels drop, muscles misfire, cramp, and fatigue faster. And research shows that many older adults are chronically low in this mineral without ever knowing it. But potassium isn't the whole story. Bananas contain a specific type of carbohydrate that replenishes muscle glycogen, the fuel stored inside muscle tissue, faster than almost any other whole food. Research published in PLOS One found that natural carbohydrates from bananas supported muscle recovery and reduced inflammation markers following physical activity, benefits that become even more important as recovery slows with age. Here's exactly how to use this. Eat one about 30 minutes before any physical activity, or pair a banana with a handful of almonds after exercise for a fast, complete muscle recovery snack. The natural sugars carry the nutrients quickly into your bloodstream exactly when your muscles need them most. If you've ever felt unusually tired after a short walk, this may be one small adjustment that makes a noticeable difference. Number 4, guava. Most people reach for an orange when they want vitamin C, but guava delivers 4 times more vitamin C than an orange. And for muscle health after 60, that difference is enormous. Vitamin C is the key building block for collagen, the structural protein that holds your muscles, tendons, and ligaments together. Without enough collagen, muscles become prone to strain, recovery slows, and that persistent stiffness many people over 60 quietly assume is just aging may actually be linked to declining collagen support. Now here's something most people don't know about guava. A 2021 study in the journal Nutrients identified quercetin, a compound found in high concentrations in guava, as a fighter of chronic low-grade inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging, which gradually breaks down muscle tissue in older adults. Adults over 70 who consumed quercetin-rich foods daily for 8 weeks showed reductions in inflammatory markers alongside improvements in muscle protein synthesis. Guava also contains over 4 grams of protein per fruit, one of the highest of any fruit on the planet. Eat it raw like an apple, skin and all, since the skin carries the highest concentration of beneficial compounds. Or blend it with Greek yogurt and a handful of spinach for one of the genuinely powerful muscle-supporting drinks you can make in under 2 minutes.
Number 3. Dried mulberries. Here's one almost nobody is talking about, and that's exactly why it's on this list. Dried mulberries have a nutritional profile that looks almost engineered specifically for aging muscles. A quarter cup delivers 4 grams of protein and 2 grams of iron in a single small serving. That combination matters because iron is what carries oxygen through your bloodstream to your muscle tissue. And without adequate oxygen, muscles simply cannot repair or grow, regardless of how much protein you consume. A 2023 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with low iron experience muscle loss at nearly twice the rate of those with healthy iron levels. What makes dried mulberries truly stand out is their resveratrol content, far higher than red wine and without any of alcohol's damaging effects on muscle tissue. Resveratrol has been shown in research to support mitochondrial function, the energy systems inside your muscle cells, which may help aging muscles repair more efficiently and resist breakdown over time. Research from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging found improvements in muscle cell mitochondrial function following resveratrol supplementation, meaning more energy, more endurance, and a greater capacity to rebuild. No cooking, no preparation. Eat them straight from the bag, sprinkle them over oatmeal, or mix them with almonds for an effortless snack. Always pair with a vitamin C source to increase iron absorption significantly. Number 2. Avocado. Yes, avocado is a fruit, and for adults over 60 trying to maintain muscle, it may be the most strategically important one on this entire list. Here's why. Your muscle cells are wrapped in a membrane made largely of fat. After 60, those membranes gradually stiffen, becoming less permeable, which means protein and other nutrients have a much harder time getting inside the cell, where the actual work of muscle repair happens. That may be one reason why someone can eat the same amount of protein that they ate at 45 and still not see the same results. The monounsaturated fats in avocado help restore flexibility to those membranes, essentially reopening the door for nutrients to enter. A 2022 study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society tracked nearly 2,800 adults over 65 for 3 full years. Those who ate avocado at least 3 times per week retained more muscle mass and scored better on physical function tests, even when their total protein intake was similar to those who didn't eat avocado. Avocado is also rich in glutathione, one of the body's most important antioxidants, which helps protect muscle cells from oxidative damage associated with aging. Eat it straight from the shell with a pinch of salt, blend half into a smoothie, dice it into eggs or salads. For best results, eat it within an hour after any physical activity when your muscles are most open to absorbing nutrients. And speaking of absorbing nutrients, number 1 is where everything comes together. Because what I'm about to share involves the actual cellular mechanism of how your muscles rebuild themselves. And once you understand it, you'll never think about eating for strength the same way again. Number 1. Dried apricots. Everything on this list is backed by solid science, but dried apricots occupy a category of their own. Because what researchers discovered about this fruit involves something deep inside your muscle tissue that most people have never heard of. Every muscle fiber in your body has dormant repair cells sitting on its surface called satellite cells.
These are essentially your muscle's own rebuilding crew. When muscle tissue is damaged or stressed through exercise, satellite cells activate, multiply, and fuse with the fibers to repair them and strengthen them. This is how muscle growth actually happens at the cellular level. The problem is that after 60, and especially after 70, satellite cell activation declines sharply. Your repair crew becomes less responsive, and no matter how much protein you eat, the underlying rebuilding mechanism may be running at a fraction of its former capacity. A 2023 study published in Cell Metabolism found that the specific combination of beta-carotene and polyphenol compounds concentrated in dried apricots was associated with significantly higher satellite cell activity in adults aged 72 to 89, a finding researchers described as unusually promising for a nutritional approach. Participants who consumed dried apricots daily for 16 weeks showed measurable increases in satellite cell activity, alongside improvements in leg strength, walking speed, and their ability to rise from a seated position. Beyond satellite cells, a half cup of dried apricots contains over 1,100 milligrams of potassium, along with iron and copper, a trace mineral that supports the tendons and ligaments connecting your muscles to your bones. Eat 6 to 8 dried apricots mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Mix them with the dried mulberries from earlier for what is genuinely one of the smartest muscle-supporting snacks a person over 60 can keep on hand. One detail that matters: always choose unsulfured varieties, the darker brown ones, not the bright orange. 5 fruits, real science, and every single one of them simple enough to add to your diet starting with your very next meal. Banana for fuel and muscle signaling, guava for collagen and inflammation control, dried mulberries for oxygen delivery and cellular energy, avocado for supporting your cell's ability to absorb protein efficiently, and dried apricots for waking up the repair crew your muscles have been waiting for. Muscle loss after 60 isn't sudden. It happens quietly, year by year. But the right daily habits can quietly work in your favor, too. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 fruits are you already eating, and which one surprised you the most? Tell me in the comments, because your answer might help someone else reading this today. Staying strong after 60 isn't about doing more. It's about giving your body the specific things it needs to do what it's already designed to do. Your muscles are ready. Give them the right fuel. If this was useful, subscribe so you never miss a video like this one. And leave your age in the comments, along with how you've been feeling lately. I read every single response. Thank you for watching.